when Grandpa was about 12 years old, 11 or 12 years old, my dad had a coal company. And people used coal in their furnace to keep them warm in the wintertime. Coal was, instead of using wood, they made a fire made of coal because coal had oil in it and would burn hotter than wood and it would last longer. And so my dad started a coal company. He would buy coal from people from the mine where they mined the coal, and he would go get it in his truck, and then he would bring it back to where our house was, where our coal yard was, and he would sell it. Well, pretty soon we had so much business that Grandpa, my dad, couldn't haul enough coal in his truck, so he would have it brought in by a train. And so the train would bring 2 cars of coal. When you see a train, you see those train cars?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had 2 of those full of coal, and we would bring those coal. They would bring those coal to our coal yard on the train, and then it was my job and my 2 brothers' jobs to unload the trains. And when the trains came in, it was always in the winter because that's when you couldn't sell the coal in the summer because no one needed it. So it was always in the winter when it was cold, and the train came in at night, and you had 24 hours to unload the coal. And otherwise, you got charged extra money for the train car sitting there. So after school, my dad, your great-grandpa, said to me and my 2 brothers, we have to go out and unload the coal. And so we got home from school about 4 o'clock, and so my dad would go to work at the railroad, and my brothers and I would go out and unload the coal. And the coal car had 70 tons of coal in it. And so we had 2 of those to unload. And so we had to really work hard to unload that coal. And when you unloaded the coal train car was sitting up like this, and then you'd push the coal out of the bottom, one side of the bottom of the car, and it would go down, but pretty soon it would back up on you. And you had to go get in the coal and shovel the coal away from the train car so you could shovel more out. And when you did that, coal would get on the train track, and you would get 2 or 3 feet of coal, about that much coal on the train track and underneath the train. So if they pulled the train out, the train would go off the track, and the train car would tip over. And so it was my job and my brother's job to empty the 2 trains with coal, and then climb underneath the train, and to take all the coal underneath the train and push it all out in the front, away from the train car, and then to clean the track off, the train track off, so that when the train engine came to get the coal cars, they would pull it out without having coal on the track. And
wait, was this your nice brother or your mean brother?
Both of them. It was one nice brother and one brother that wasn't so nice to me. And so that was our job to do that. And we got filthy dirty because the coal was so dirty, and we would lay on, and we had our clothes on, and we had to take them off. When we got home, we'd have to take them off and get them in the laundry. But when we were out there unloading the coal, sometimes we would unload coal all night. And we'd get through about 5 in the morning and come home and shower, and then have to go to school without any sleep. And so that was really hard work. But we learned to work. Because my dad had 10 children, and my mom, and they had to take care of it was our job to empty the coal cars so my dad could go deliver the coal during the daytime before he went to his railroad job in the afternoon. And we worked hard all winter. That's how we made money to live. But we never got any money for doing that. We just got the opportunity of working for my dad at the coal company, and to empty the coal cars. And we do that about once a week. We'd empty two train loads of coal once a week from the 1st of October until about the 1st of April. And so so that was our job, and that was just that was our job. Like you kids clean the house and do things like that. Well, my job wasn't clean the house because I had sisters who did that. My job was to go empty the coal and to clean the coal off the train track. And then when we got that done, then we would load the trucks. We had 3 trucks, and we had to load the coal on the truck. And one truck took 7 tons of coal, one truck took 4 tons of coal, and one truck took 2 tons of coal. We would have to load the trucks with a shovel. We'd load the coal, put the coal on the shovel and load it in the trucks, and we had to do that before we could go home. so that when my dad got up in the morning, he could go deliver those 3 truckloads of coal, and then he would go to work at the railroad. And then we would go after school. We would go back to the coal yard and load the trucks with coal again for my dad for the next day. So we did that every day. Every day we'd do that except for Sunday. And then about once a week or once every 2 weeks, we would empty the train cars. Plus we would load the trucks. So we learned how to work, and we learned that you could not leave until you got the coal off the train tracks, because you knew if you didn't get the coal off the train tracks, the train would derail. That means the train would go off the track and the train would tip over. And we couldn't do that, because that would, we just knew that was very, very bad. So we always did our best to do it right, so there was never a problem. And my dad would go check it, and we knew that if it was wrong, my dad would have to get on his stomach and underneath the train car, and he would have to clean it out, all the coal out from underneath the train car. So we didn't want him to have to do that, so we did it. And so that's how I worked when I was a little boy. I did that from when I was 12 years old to 18 years old when I went on my mission.